let's see what our pitch deck looks like. And as we get to go through, let me know in the comment section below, how can we even be able to make a better pitch deck than this? Now, as you can be able to see, this is AfriFarmer pitch deck, which I've actually prepared in a couple of few months back. Ideally, I think I'll need to update it, but it's almost 16 slides, which I believe is too much. I would need to have at least 9 to 10 slides. But let's have a preview to see what this is about. So I'll just play, and it will be able to enable us see it in a better way. What is AfriFarmer Poultry? And actually I love this. I love the design, and yeah, let's see. There we have it. So this is AfriFarmer Poultry, and our slogan is actually empowering small-scale farmers in arid areas. We have our contact details below. You can reach out through afrifarmerpoultry@gmail.com. Of course, you get to know about the company, whereby we've said poultry, agribusiness SME, based in Kilifi County, and our aim is to bridge the gap in poultry industry in coastal region. Goes on the next slide is on what we do. You can be able to see day-old chicks, which have now fully matured, and eventually we have a slaughtered chicken. I actually believe this was our first ever chicken we slaughtered at the farm, and our recent baby that is on the feeds production. You can be able to see the mash and the pellet. We go to talk about the market segment, whereby we mention we are strategically positioned in the coastal region, which happen to have a high demand for poultry products, and our target markets are hotel, butcher shops, and street food joints. Now, for the next product, I believe we should be adding our target market as small-scale farmers as well. Now, in terms of the market segmentation, you can clearly see we tend to serve the coastal region. However, we currently only serving Mombasa and Kilifi County. Now, I believe we can actually go to Kwale once we get the resources. Now, on the right hand, you can see the market segmentation in terms of the pie chart, and hotels tends to be the biggest market for us, and butcher shop follows closely, and lastly is on the street food vendors. On the next slides, we tend to have our sales that is from August 2022 to July 2023, and you can be able to see we have at least made sale close to 1.7 million. That's within a close of a range of a year. And you can also see below the cost benefit analysis from the September to December 2022 to Jan to July. Of course, when you're starting out, the profitability was very low. Actually, we didn't make because most of the capital was tied down to infrastructure and everything. But in the subsequent production, we have seen a slight increase in terms of sales and profitability. Now, in terms of the problem we are trying to solve, it's based on the high cost of feeds. This is whereby you have to understand that based on the data we have been keeping on our farm and further analysis for other farmers, we came to realize that 70% of total production cost accounts for feeds. Now, these burden small-scale farmers, which hinders profitability. And now that's where AfriFarmer comes in. We tend to see a picture of showcasing our solution. That's the feed mill and feed mixtures, just which we tend to use to manufacture our own feeds. And as you can be able to see, those are mash, crumbs, and pellets. And what's unique about AfriFarmer is the fact that we tend to use local waste materials, and we believe we can be able to address these challenges and promote sustainable farming practices. Now, for our target market for feed, we'll include small-scale farmers, which in Kilifi County, and they tend to rely on agriculture. In terms of competitive advantage, is in my team we have expertise in feeds formulation, we have processing machines, and also we have access to ready market, not just in our farm but also in other farms within Kilifi. Now, who is on our team? We have me right there. My name again, for if you're joining AfriFarmer video for the first time, is Njuguna Hillary. My background is in Bachelor of Science in Entrepreneurship, which I studied at Moi University. Then I've had a diploma in business management, and of course I've also gained poultry production and management expertise. And my role is in business development, and I happen to also be the founder for the company. I also have a co-founder, that is Mr. James Kaigai. His background is in information technology, graphic design, and his role is in design and branding for AfriFarmer. And of course, we have the AfriFarmer team right there, who, and I believe this was initial hires for the company as well. We had Raban Kashindo, and I think this was Rehema. But let me zero back. I think for this slide, I'll need to update it. We also have someone, a friend of mine, who happens to also join the AfriFarmer team. Her name is Wangeshi, and she is based outside the country, but of course she has been a great resource to the company. So I think with James we'll need to include a slide for her going forward. Then now this is whereby we tend to make the ask. So AfriFarmer is seeking 2.4 million of investment to scale the operations. And of course, you can see on this slide, I'm trying to explain what we need in terms of structure expansion, what's the cost, equipment, what's the cost, raw materials, the chicks, and of course the broiler production units, what's the cost, and other overhead, and that gives us the total investment. Now, in terms of the impact, I tend to solely talk about the youth empowerment in poultry farming, and I feel with this kind of investment, we can at least open up 15 indirect job opportunities, because remember, with making affordable feeds accessible to young farmers, so will it make for them to kickstart their own careers in poultry farming. Also, in job creation, we believe we can at least have 2 permanent staff and also 2 cashiers, and high priority is on women. Now, in conclusion, I feel I have this statement whereby I've said, join us in empowering small-scale farmers and building a sustainable future. And of course, thank you. The reason behind including this picture for the chick, it's I feel like AfriFarmer is a chick, and the chick needs the support. But once it gets the support, eventually it becomes a big chicken, which start generating value for the farmer. So I hope you see the whole rationale, and that's the end of the pitch. So we have seen the pitch deck. Obviously, it's one of the best tools that I'll be using, but nevertheless I feel that I need to update key information. That is, like, there was a missing slide. Then I also feel the slides are too many, so maybe for the team I'll need to combine it into one slide. Then I'm trying to think how best, but for now that is what I'll be using. But hey, If you have some more insight, you can share in the comment section below, and I'd really appreciate your help. So now that we have seen the pitch deck, the other part, which is usually critical, is actually to practice. And that's where they say practice your pitch. Because remember, if I'm going to present this pitch one-on-one, or maybe if I'm going to do an elevator pitch, then I'll not do it the way like I was discussing, It will be something like whereby I need to know how to start with the problem statement, how to go about it, and eventually how to convince an investor. Now there you have it. At least for those people who don't know how to prepare a pitch deck, maybe you might have learned something new. But I promise you, this is just the beginning. I believe I can be able to create even a better pitch deck, but I'm still working on it. See you in the next vlog.